Good morning, everybody. Wow, I must have hit a chord. We're going to have to do this more often. The attendance is up and climbing. Welcome, everybody. I assume you can all hear me and see me. Somebody let me know in the chat, and I'm also going to do a screen share. I'd like to maybe just bring one person over for the moment, just to be sure that I don't screw up the screen share. Anybody who wants to jump on over here, and then later on I'll bring on over anybody who wants to talk about any of this stuff. What's up, Jack? So does anybody want to come on over and be eyes and ears for me, just so I don't screw it up? Let me know. First, I want to put out a disclaimer. I'm assuming you can all hear me. Will somebody just let me know in the chat that you can hear? Okay. I'm watching the chat. So I'm going to keep talking, assuming anybody can hear me. Karen's got an electricity problem. Oh, good, Len, says Craig. Okay, great. Give me one person. Craig, you want to jump over here just for the heck of it? Or Bill or Chris? One person for the moment. Who wants to come over? And I want to put out a bit of a disclaimer. Last week, I put out a message into the Lunch with Len group that I would start to cover the 3-minute expert in depth for people who weren't able to get it. I said that before Ray opened the cart again, and Ray has the cart open right now. So I'm going to take you through the 3-minute expert. I'm going to give you a lot of the content that's in some of the modules. I'm probably not going to go quite as deep as I might have gone, and I hope you will understand the integrity that I'm trying to work with here. It's not that I don't want to give you everything I possibly can. It's that I don't feel comfortable giving away the whole house while Ray has the cart open and is still selling the course. So I'm going to walk a fine line between telling you a lot about what's there, but not going quite as deep as I might have otherwise gone when the cart is closed again. I hope you'll understand that. So let's get started. I think, and all of you know that the cart is open again, and it's open until midnight tonight. And I'm going to also put out another comment there or admission, that just to be sure that you know, and that is that I also have an affiliate link to that product now, and I'm going to give you that link. I honestly, what I'm going to do here is, if there's anyone on the edge and not sure whether they want the course, I'm going to give you enough information for you to see that there's incredible value here. I really don't expect you to buy it from me, because I can't compete. Quite honestly, I can't compete with Justice, for example, in his extras that he's offering, or Mark Harvard, for example, for that matter. I mean, these guys have just awesome stacks of extra stuff that they're giving away if you buy the course from them. So the honest truth is, I don't really expect anyone to buy it from me. And of course, I should probably take myself out to the woodshed and beat myself over the head for that sort of comment, because that's the kind of thing that's, if you don't expect something to happen, what's not going to happen? But nevertheless, there's reality here. But I am offering the 3 hours free coaching. If anyone wants to buy the course through me and get 3 hours of free coaching, because all I can really offer you right now is coaching and help, personal help. Having said that, let me take us to the course. Let me show you what's in it. And then I'm going to take apart, I'm going to keep my promise to show you a lot of what's in the course, but once again, not go quite as deep as I might have otherwise gone. Let me start a screen share. And Craig, just let me know everybody can hear and see, no problem. Okay. So hopefully you can see my screen. The first thing I'm going to tell you, can you see the screen, Craig?
Yep, we got it.
The first thing I'm going to tell you is that the bonuses that are in here are just phenomenal. And I'm going to take you through the course in a few minutes, but let me take you through the bonuses for a moment, because there's incredible value just sitting right here in the bonuses themselves. And this has nothing to do, of course, with the bonuses coming from Justice or coming from Mark or some of the other people. But in the bonus section of the course, sample blog titles that work. I haven't actually looked at that yet. I will before next week. This is obviously a Canva training, how to make high quality images. And again, I haven't actually looked at the bonuses. I've just looked down through the modules like I'm showing you right now. Then there's a blog review, and I haven't listened to this, but I suspect and I believe that what it is that an offer from Ray to review your blog once you're in a position to do that. There may be some conditions on it, I don't know. Ideas for content. And again, this is all bonuses. Then he's got a number of recorded blog reviews, and you're going to see me scroll the screen very rapidly because it's all the same thing. Blog review 2, blog review 3, review 4, review 5, review 6, review 7, review 8, review 9, review 10. So he has reviewed other blogs, and this is recordings of those reviews. Then there's a module on setting up your WordPress blog. His whole video marketing mastery course is included. Creating your own capture pages. I don't know what's in this module, haven't looked at it. Then he's got the whole ILT workshop, 2 full days of recorded marketing workshop. And if you're on the fence, and this is one of the ones that pushed me over the edge, because I want to go to Top Earner Academy. I went last year and it is phenomenal. It was just an incredible event. And I know that what Ray's going to do this year is going to be phenomenal. You get a ticket to Top Earner Academy. That's worth the price of the whole course. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Keys to being consistent, best ways to use ads for your blogs. And then there's a bunch of stuff on retargeting pixels. So there's several modules on pixels, building audiences, tools to use, etc. And that's just the extras. Now, let me take you down through the course, and I'm going to keep my promise to you of telling you what's in the course. We're going to look at a lot of the early modules. The first module is how to effectively use the course. In fact, let me scroll down here, and then I'm going to come off screen share so that you can see my face, because just looking at this is very, very interesting. But I'm going to tell you what he talks about and how to use the course, why blogging, where to get your blog done if you don't want to do it yourself. We're going to talk about the Google Analytics setup and the Webmaster Tool setup. I'll talk to you about what's in those modules, and then I'll tell you exactly what's in them. I'm going to talk to you about the biggest obstacles, and I'll tell you what's in that module. By the way, all these modules are typically they're 10, 12, 15 minutes long. They're short modules. They're not all great big huge long modules. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what he talks about in defining your target market. I'm not a perfectionist, so I skipped that one. I think I will come back and watch it, but I haven't watched it. I'm going to give you the list of WordPress plugins that they use. I actually typed the list and I have a PDF file for you, so I'll give that to you today. I'm going to go a little bit in depth about basic blog monetization strategies. I've gone through this module 2 times. It's pretty powerful, and I'm going to share with you a lot of what's in there. I have not looked at content creation. I have not looked at the pre-blog research and on-page SEO. I have not looked at where to post your blog. I just haven't gotten that far yet. I haven't looked at the email, your list, and what not to do. I have not looked at getting more engagement and interaction, and clearly these last several modules are a lot of the meat of the course. The most important part of your blog, again, I haven't got there yet. How to add an opt-in form to your blog. I think we all know how to do that, but I haven't gone through this module, how to generate more leads. So these are some of the modules that I'm going to be going through and how to communicate with your leads. I'm going to go through all those modules in the next few days. I have gone through the 4-part video marketing formula. I will tell you what's in there. And then how to use other people's content legally and effectively, blog design suggestions for truly becoming the go-to expert in your marketplace, details on my private blogging association I'll touch on, how to get your blog review. Again, same thing from the extras, getting your blog reviewed. I haven't watched this video yet. His 7-figure overview, what we sold, how we sold it. I haven't looked yet at that. And additional tools and resources I haven't looked at. So that's basically what's in the course. So I'm going to go off screen share here and give you a fair piece of what's in those early modules. Okay? So I came back off screen share so that you can see me and we can talk to each other. And anyone who wants to come over and be on this side and participate in the conversation, you're certainly welcome to come over. So let me start at the beginning of the course. The first module is the introduction to the course. That module's arguably, I don't remember exactly, maybe it's 10 minutes long. It's not a really long module. What basically Ray tells you in that module is, if you're brand new to internet marketing, if you're brand new to blogging, if you've never done any of this stuff before, then he suggests you start with module 1 and march through the course, module 1, 2, 3, etc. in sequence. If, on the other hand, you have experience, like many of us do, he suggests that then you go pick out the modules that are of interest to you. And they've done something, in his opinion, they've done something different in this course than they've done in many of the other courses they've had, and that is that they have split what would be longer modules apart into shorter modules. So all the modules are 10, 12 minutes long. There might be one or two that are around 15 minutes long or something. I'm not sure. I haven't gone through every one of them. But basically, if you want to know how to generate more leads, there's a module that says generate leads. You go to that module. If you want to know how to design your blog, there's a module that says design your blog. You go to that module. So the course is very, quote, modular, end of quote. And that's fundamentally the essence of what Ray covers in the first module. The second module, why blogging? Again, it's another, arguably, I don't remember, maybe 12 minutes long. Why blogging? We've talked about this before. There's nothing really tremendously new in that module. And let me get my notes in front of me. Ray starts with a little bit of his story. That when he first started into network marketing, internet marketing, he was pounding the pavement, going door to door. He was buying leads. And while all those activities are interesting, they're not leveraged. And he stumbled into blogging and found that for him, blogging has been a very leveraged activity. I mean, he's still getting leads from blog posts that he wrote 5 years ago, for example. So why blogging? Several things. One is the blog is yours. It's your piece of real estate. And we've talked about this, but he reiterates the same concept. You don't own Facebook. You don't own YouTube. You don't own Pinterest. You don't own Instagram. But you own your blog. It's your piece of real estate on the internet. Nobody can take it away from you. They can't throw you in blog jail because they don't like something you wrote in your blog or you tried to advertise something that they didn't approve of. It's yours. It's yours. And the blog, as opposed to email, for example, how many of us go back and read an email that's 2 years old? I'm going to suggest there probably isn't anybody that does that. People go back and read blog posts that are 2 years old, 3 years old, 5 years old. And if they're monetized, you can make sales off blog posts that are several years old. So the blog posts are sticky. They stay out there. And people actually do go back and they look at them. And he makes money off them. So let me just stop for a minute and just look at my notes from that module. So when he first started, I think many of us have heard some of Ray's story before, but when he first started, he glommed onto a book called Go for No. And if you're not familiar with that book, you ought to be. It's a really incredibly short little book. And we're actually going to go to the website for Go for No a little while later. But he set out to get 20 no's a day. And that's how he started in the business. And he was pounding the pavement and, I don't don't know, doing Starbucks, doing whatever we're all told to do when we first get into network marketing. And most of us in this space now understand that that's probably not the most efficient way to do it. None of us like to do it. Pestering friends and family and chasing customers around the supermarket isn't the way we want to build our business. But so that's where he started. As he built his blog, he got it to a point where he was getting, the blog now gets 600 to 900 leads per week from his blog. And basically his comment is that every one of us can do that. But we have to be patient with it, and we have to be consistent with it. We have to build it up over a period of time. It's obviously not going to happen overnight. And his comments are that if we follow his monetization strategies, develop multiple streams of income, and make sure that everything we do is consistent and congruent, then we can build up that kind of an income stream from our blog. It's going to take time. That's really the essence of module number 2. It's a why blog. And I don't think anyone who's on this webinar today needs convincing that blogging is a good thing. Okay, Jack Kelly dropped off. That's who dropped off. I knew somebody did. Hi, guys. Hi, Carol. Okay, so unless there's any questions, then again, he ended that by saying, even with paid advertising, if you stop paying for your paid advertising, your ad goes away immediately. But if you put a blog out there, it stays around forever. So the whole concept of building a blog and building your own piece of real estate and having something that's sticky, that even 5 years from the day you wrote a blog post, people can still come read it and do something with it. So that pretty much covers. One thing I did find a little interesting is that Ray made the comment that you could put him anywhere in the world. Fundamentally, he made the comment you could put him anywhere in the world and give him any topic, and he can build a business out of it, and he can monetize it. And he talked about his friend, a buddy that he worked with last year, who does kitchen redesign, and they built a blog for him, and his kitchen redesign blog got him $700,000 in revenue last year. So blogging can be monetized. You can make a lot of money off it. Bottom line, that's why I blog. Okay. The next module, where to get your blog done if you don't want to do it yourself. Fundamentally very simple. Odesk, Elance, Fiverr. Very simple. Go out there and hire somebody to do it. I'm not going to belabor that. It wasn't a very long. I mean, they talked about each one of these different things, but again, given the audience that we have today and many of the people here, I think most people know where those resources are. If you don't, if you have any questions about it, ask me. I'll help you. But you can hire somebody to do a blog. And if you want to know how to do the blog yourself, there's a module in Ray's course about how to build your own blog. And as many of you know, I have a couple modules about how to do that as well, and I'm willing to help anybody who needs help building their blog. The next module was Google Analytics. Thomas Baumann, the business manager, did that module, and I'm going to skip over it for the following reason. We already did a lunch with Len on installing Google Analytics on your website, and Thomas didn't do anything different than we did. There are 2 plugins, and I'm going to cover them in the list of plugins in a few minutes. There are 2 plugins. One is Google Analytics itself, and you can go get your Google Analytics code out of Google and bring it over to the Google Analytics plugin and plug it in. Or you can also use Header Footer, the Header Footer plugin, to put in things like Google Analytics codes and tracking codes and etc. Both of those modules were covered in different places, and we have on Lunch with Len talked about both of those modules. So unless there's any specific questions, I'm not going to cover them right now today. If you have questions about it, throw them in the chat or send me an email or something, and I can cover them in depth at some other time in the future. We can go back and revisit them. So they're they're pretty straightforward and easy to do. They also covered Google Webmaster Tools, and you can install Google Webmaster Tools with the same plugin, header footer. Quite honestly, I'm not real familiar with Google Webmaster Tools. It just came up on my radar screen about a week or two ago, and I'm going to go off and learn more about what Google Webmaster Tools does and doesn't do, and I will report back on that at some point in the future. I don't have it. I haven't found a need for it, but then maybe I don't know that I need it because I don't know what it is. So I'll come back to that. The next module was the biggest obstacles and why people don't blog. And Ray started off with, first off, technology. People were afraid of the technology. They don't know how to do it. They don't know where to begin, et cetera, et cetera. And he made the comment that technology is a commodity. You can go buy the technology. He doesn't know how to generate a capture page. He doesn't know how to, excuse me, he doesn't know how to put up a funnel. He doesn't know how to make a blog, make the website. Ray doesn't know how to do any of that stuff. He hires it all out. So the three objections people have: one, technology; two, I don't know what to talk about. I'm too new. I don't know what to say. And three is, why would anybody want to listen to me? And I'm not gonna belabor that stuff a lot. We've talked about it. And you know, first off, of course, the technology is really a commodity. If you don't know how to do something, you can always ask me. I probably know how to do it. And if I don't, we can all go ask Google. But the reality is that with Google, we have at our fingertips more information than the human race has had for the past thousands of years. I mean, we can type any question we want and get an answer to it out on Google. And we can do the same thing on YouTube. We can go to YouTube and type in any question. You want to know how to build a blog? Go to YouTube, type in, how do I build my WordPress blog? And my God, there's probably hundreds of videos out there on how to do it. So getting the technology questions answered is not hard, and it really doesn't need to be and shouldn't be a stumbling block. And of course, Ray spent a fair amount of time talking about that. Now, the other thing he talked about is, well, what do I say? I don't know what to say to these people. And once again, we've talked about this before. It's what you say to your audience is you teach who you were yesterday. So your message is, I didn't know how to do this yesterday, but today I know how to do it, and I'm going to tell you how. So finding your target audience and just putting yourself out there and not being afraid to teach what you've learned. Every day we're learning something new. And, you know, take me as an example here. I'm teaching you today what I learned. I mean, I'm going to tell you that I went through the plugin course, and I'm going to give you the list of plugins in a few minutes. I was doing that at 2 o'clock this morning. So it's not like, you know, I've had that piece of knowledge for all of my life. I learned it yesterday, and I'm going to teach it to you today. And so why would anybody listen to me? There are new people coming online, new people coming into the business every day, and they know less than you know. That's why they would listen to you, because you have something to give them. So what he talked about was focusing on your customers, focusing on what their needs are, and not focusing on what you want to do, but making sure that you're giving them value. I'm going to quote him: "Everyone who lands on your blog is selfishly looking for what will help them. So serve them. Answer their questions. Don't focus on yourself." Ray started his blog when he was in foreclosure, dead broke, and had failed at a bunch of different companies. That's a direct quote, word for word, from Ray. So the message in that module is, you are enough. You have something to offer the world. Don't be afraid. Just get out there and do it. Now, the next module, I'm going to jump into defining your target market. It seems to be one of the areas that many people struggle with. And about partway through that module, Ray quoted Brendon Burchard. The quote from Brendon Burchard was, version 1.0 is infinitely better than version 0.0. In other words, go do it. Just go do it. I'm not going to belabor defining your target market too much here, but the message was really very simple. The broader if you think you're selling to everybody, you're selling to nobody. When we get into network marketing, many times our mentors, our sponsor tells us to just go out and make a list of everybody you know. And if it's a warm body and they can fog a piece of glass, they're your target market, man. You can sell to them. Well, it doesn't work that way. And you want to come across now, Larry? Bring you over. It doesn't work that way. So spend some time defining who you enjoy working with, if nothing else. And don't worry about what's working now. Many people get hung up in the what's working now. Well, I hear lots of teenagers are jumping on Instagram, so I better jump on Instagram and pretend I'm a teenager. Well, unless you're good at relating to teenagers, maybe that's not your target market. That's the point he was trying to make. And I don't know if you're coming across, Larry, or not. I'm clicking on the little thingamabobber. So anyhow, pick a target market. Start marketing to your target market. And you can always fine tune it. You can always change it. You can always make a course correction. But get started. And that was really, really the message of that module. Take your best guess and go with it. You can always change or fine tune it. I'm looking through my notes now. And Ray also made the point that if you're targeting two different markets, for example, on your blog post, or not your blog post, on your fan page. Let's say, for example, you're into health and wellness, but you're also into making money, and you're trying to target the health and wellness niche and target the making money niche. Well, you may be sending out mixed messages. You may be confusing your target audience. So pick one and target them. And he also suggested that if you want to talk about random stuff, your cats, your dogs, things like that, you keep that on your personal page and keep your business on your business page. We didn't spend a lot of time talking about that, but that was part of the message. I'll try again, Craig. I'm sorry, Larry. Try again, Larry. Nope, looks like it worked that time. Okay. So, and one final thing, a book by Dan Kennedy called Ultimate Sales Letter came with a very strong recommendation. So Dan Kennedy, Ultimate Sales Letter. We are going to run over today. It's clearly 1 minute till 12, and I just assumed that this topic was interesting enough that people would want to hang around, and I give you as much as I can, as much as I've been able to absorb in the last several days, again, without giving the whole house away. I'm going to give you the list of plugins. I'm going to go back to screen share and give you the list of plugins. That's the next module. And so here we go to screen share again. And I'm going to put up, this is the WordPress plugins that Thomas Baumann talked about in 3 Minute Expert. Now, I'm going to run down this list fairly quickly. And part of the reason is many of you people are familiar with a lot of these. I'm going to make this list available to you, but I'm not going to put it out in the public. I just don't feel comfortable at this moment in time publishing the list publicly. So if you want the list, I'll tell you how you can get it from me. We'll run down the list quickly. Akismet, I have it. If you don't have it, you should have it. And Craig, I don't remember if Akismet is on yours or not, but I think it is. Bob, I'm pretty sure you've got it. Yeah, you need to have it there. It's spam protection. There's a plugin called Alexa Claim and Certify, which helps you certify with Alexa for your rankings. I don't have it. I've never heard of it, and so that's all I can tell you about it, basically. And there's a plugin called Anti-Spam, and it helps, again, protect against spam in comments. And Thomas Baumann recommended having that plug-in. I don't have it. I'm gonna go look at it. The ones I don't have on this page, I'm going to be taking a look at. I've already taken a look at several of them. There's a plugin called BackWP Up. Keeps your site backed up. I wasn't aware that plugin existed, but you can bet I'm going to go find it. It backs. It does what it says it does. It backs your site up in case you have a disaster. You can return to a backed up version of your site. Dig is a sliding social media share bar. I'll show you that in a few minutes. There's a Facebook like box that, again, it just puts a Facebook share box on your sidebar, and people can like your Facebook fan page. FeedBurner by Feedsmith is RSS feeds. I'm not familiar with that plugin, and again, I'll look at it in the near future. Get the Image. If you have a big picture on your site and you want to make a thumbnail for it, that's what that plugin lets you do. We talked earlier about Google Analytics. Thomas recommends Google Analytics by Yoast, and Yoast is a well-known SEO expert, and that's the plugin that I'd recommended in the past. iThemes is another security plugin protecting against login attempts and hides areas of your site from hackers. Pipity is a pop-up. It lets you pop up things and then set the frequency for only a single pop-up. So if a opt-in form pops up and the person who sees the pop-up closes it, it won't pop up for them again for a long time. Pretty Links Lite, I use it all the time. I think several of you have it. If anyone wants to know more about it, you can ask me. It's pretty easy plug-in to install, and that's how we make Pretty Links. SEO Presser is an SEO plugin. Ultimate Facebook is another Facebook plugin. It's not free. They pay for that one. W3 Total Cache. It caches things in your site and helps speed up the site loading so that when someone is moving around your site, the pages load faster. WordPress SEO, another SEO plugin by Yoast, and I do have WordPress SEO on my site. WordPress Edit Ads, editing capability. You have an editor on the site, but WordPress Edit does add additional editing capability. I have played with it. I don't actually have it, but I have played with it. And then there's a couple of other plugins here that I really don't know anything about at all. WP MU Dev and WP Shmush. I'm going to learn more about them. And there's a final plugin called Yet Another Related Post plugin that lets you identify related posts. So I'm going to look at that one. And in my own personal notes, Thomas didn't mention header footer in this list in that module, but he does use header footer because in one of his other training modules as part of this course, he used header footer to put in the Google Analytics code. So that's an additional plugin that I know that they use. I'm going to come off the screen share. And so I'm back. Hopefully I'm back. Am I back, guys?
Yeah, you're back, Len.
Okay, so here's what you can do. Yeah, okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Again, because the course modules are the course is open to purchase right now, I'm not comfortable putting that level of detailed material out in the Lunch with Len group because that's a public group. What I will do is if you send me an email to len@lenmooney.com, and it shouldn't be too hard for you to remember. I'm typing it in, len@lenmooney.com. If you send me an email to len@lenmooney.com and ask for the plugin list, I will email it to you. I'm not going to publish it publicly right now. Okay. I'm going to jump to Module 20, which is video. And I'm going to cover that module very briefly, and then I'm going to come back to Module 10, which is the monetization module, and that's the thing, that's beginning to get into the meat of what I think people are going to be really interested in. But Module 20, let me get my notes. Module 20, the 4 parts of video marketing formula, the 4-part video marketing formula. And Len at lenmoney.com, Carol. The 4-part video marketing formula: introduction, question, valuable content, call to action. That's the whole plugin, or the whole module. Any of us who do video, that's the formula we've been using. That's the formula we use. So I'm not gonna belabor that one here. 4-part video formula. Your introduction. Hi, it's Len. I'm coming to you from my deck overlooking the beautiful Pacific Ocean. I have a question for you. Do you want more leads in your business? Let me tell you how you can get more leads. So valuable content is the 3rd part, and then the final is, and for more information, click here. So that's the 4-part video formula. That's the whole module, module 20. Now I'm going to take you into module 10, monetization strategies. And to do that, I'm going to actually take you out to Ray's blog. So screen share. Here we go again. And we are going to go to rayhigdon.com blog. And before I start into this, I'm going to pull up one of his blog posts, 16 Secrets of My Network Marketing Blog. I'm going to suggest to you that you go out and read this blog post, 16 Secrets of My Network Marketing Blog. It'll show up in a minute. His site is searching for it right now, and it should come on up. Okay, there it is. Now, before I go into that, and this is all part of the same module, there's a couple of things that are very interesting that Ray pointed out that I've never considered before. You'll notice something. Most of us, if you go look at my blog, for example, you'll see that I have an opt-in form right here. It says, you know, download my free 11 Secrets to Success ebook or something. He doesn't have an opt-in form there. And he does not like to have an opt-in form on his blog. If I click this, now this is clearly a lead magnet, but the opt-in form isn't here. If I click it, it takes us out to a little video and the opt-in form itself. And actually the lead magnet there is an audio file, which I downloaded the other day and haven't listened to yet. But just an interesting strategy on Ray's part. I'm going to close this. Notice also that this opens in a separate window, a new window. It does not, you don't leave his site. You're still on his site. And that's interesting, because a lot of times when we do this sort of thing, we let it open, at least I do, we let it open in the same window, and then when we click close, we close ourselves out of the whole site completely. That doesn't happen here. Just an interesting comment. He explained why he likes to do this, and part of his explanation, to be honest with you, I didn't fully understand it. I'm going to go back and listen to it again, but his explanation had to do with the amount of traffic coming to his site. He wanted a way to isolate people that have come to this capture form for the first time. And maybe that does make sense. So just an interesting thing. Capture form, no capture form. If you look on his front page, there is no capture form on the front page. There are clearly lots of lead magnets, but no capture form. And this is in the module on monetization. This little guy over here, this is one of those there. This is DigDig. This is one of those there modules that plugins that they recommended. That's DigDig. So you can sit here and you can like his post. You can LinkedIn. You can share it to LinkedIn. You can tweet it. Okay. Again, the 16 Secrets of My Network Marketing Blog to get leads. I would recommend you go find that post and read it. It's pretty interesting. Another thing that's interesting, most of us, and I'm guilty, if you look at my site, if you came to that on my site and clicked on it, it would go to a sales page. And Ray said that they used to do that. They used to send this stuff directly to the sales page. And they are doing something different right now, and it's working a whole lot better. This goes to a webinar. It doesn't go to the sales page. It goes to a webinar. Now, he's using one of the automatic webinar programs, and there's Stealth Webinar, and I don't remember what the other one is. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I don't have it written down. Webinars on Air, which we're on right now, does have an automatic webinar feature, which I haven't turned on and utilized, but it is there. So that's an interesting tactic, because if you look at my my website, for example, I have right in this position. Well, if you look at my website, in that position, I have an opt-in form. Put your name and address in here. I'm going to change that out. I'm going to change it. And if you look at my site in a week, it's going to be different. And I have here, right around in this area, I have an MLSP form, which takes you directly to MLSP, to a capture page in MLSP. And I'm going to take Ray's advice, and I'm going to change that out, and I'm going to take it to something different. So those are two big things he mentioned.
Hey, Len.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a quick question? You know that big bar?
Yeah.
If you go over and hit tweet, does it have a pre-written tweet there?
Well, you know what? Let's hit tweet. There it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So interesting.
I've noticed that lately.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely gonna see that on my blog here before
And there's one thing Ray always talks about with this your dig things over here. He says when you put your post out, tweet it, like it, and share it.
Yep, absolutely. Yep.
You know, you've got to promote your own stuff, so
yep.
do it all their way.
Yep. Yep. Hey, can you guys see the chat?
Yes, I can see chat.
Okay, great. Once again, I'm going to put out there, if anyone else wants to come over and interact live with us, has any comments, put a note in the chat, and Larry or Craig, you'll let me know, and I'll go bring them over.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to wrap up in the next 10 or 15 minutes. This is as far as I'm going to go today. And but I'm going to take you down through this blog. I don't know how to put the click to tweet buttons in. Ray made the comment that this is not a plug-in. I'm going to go back and research this, and you will find out more about this at some point in the future. But he strongly recommended having these.
I gotta tell everybody that I've got this course. My mastermind group was giving us. I'm not sure what the price is, but I've gone through it. You know, just scratch the surface with this, and this is a phenomenal course. This is going to make us all better marketers. Len, what you're doing, I think, is fantastic. Going over the price points and teaching people this is phenomenal, buddy.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to make the comment. I'm going to respond to that, Larry, and too, because as everybody knows, it is not my intention, never was, never will be, to have lunch with Len be, it was just a sales pitch. But I've also said in the past that if I see something that's of incredible value, I'm going to share it with you, just to let you know. And so part of what I'm doing today, honestly, is if anyone's on the fence, and I can't imagine a better spent $297, and especially when you get a ticket to live the dream with it. Now, I understand a ticket to live the dream still means you got to buy an airplane ticket, and you got to get a hotel room, and you got to get to Florida, but you got till August to figure it out. So, and Live the Dream is a phenomenal event. And also, I'm sorry. Please rewind everything I just said. Cancel. Top Earner Academy. You get a ticket to Top Earner Academy, not Live the Dream, obviously. Live the Dream is a phenomenal event too, but that's in July, and that's the MLSP event. Top Earner Academy is Ray Higdon's event. It's in Florida. It's in August. And it was just awesome last year. And he had the Shark Tank guy there, and I mean he's got some incredible people coming this year too. So, Ray, in going through this, and the reason I've got this blog post, 16 Secrets of My Network Marketing Blog, is that Ray leaned on this heavily as examples of many of the things he does. So, item number 9 here: have a posting strategy. And there is another blog or another module in this course where he covers where he posts. But have a posting strategy. There are 14 places I promote each blog that I write. And he actually shares this in his private blogging association. So there is a private blogging association. It's basically a closed Facebook group. And if you're an existing blogger, email him and you can find out more about the private blogging association. This is a continuity product. It's a monthly payment. You pay to be in the group. But I'm certainly going to take a look at it. Okay, I'm going to stop here for just a moment and just give you a chance to look at my notes. I think, okay. He mentions Canva here. Now here's another interesting. Notice when he mentions Canva, it links out to Canva. And I'm going to tell you, without knowing this for sure, I'm going to tell you that he's probably got a Canva. That's probably a Canva affiliate link. In monetization of your blog, if you mention anything, you want to link to it, and you want to be an affiliate of it. So, you know,
Ray preaches that heavy.
Yeah.
He says that, like, if you're recommending books to people on your blog, that in Amazon, just become an affiliate of Amazon.
Yeah.
And just put the link for that book there, and it works like a charm. He goes, he doesn't make a lot of money off it, but you know what? Once somebody's linked to you, like on Amazon, somebody's already linked to you, they go buy something else, you get credit.
Yeah, and that's an absolutely, and I am in fact an Amazon affiliate. The other side of me that many of you know about, some of you may not, is my single parenting side, my single parenting blog, and I actually have a single parenting storefront, which is an Amazon storefront. So I have an Amazon affiliate ID, and I don't know for the life of me why it never occurred to me that I should be using that Amazon affiliate ID over here on my Len Mooney blog and should be linking all this stuff. And I can assure you, you're going to see more links in the future. I already started. I've already started. Now, here's another very, very powerful technique. Ray's mentioned it before, the PS line. If you don't have a team, haven't recruited anyone, or have less than 10 people, you should get this course. And guess where it takes you? It takes you right out to Top Earner Recruiting Secrets. So it takes you out to one of his courses. And Ray has made the comment that these PS lines have been, I'm sure you've heard this, Larry, too. These PS lines have been very good for him. So let me see.
Can I say something funny about this?
Absolutely.
Ray was doing a review of my blog, for our mastermind group, and he was going back between mine and his, and when he got down to the PS line, he was kind of like doing a blog. All he does is copy this whole section from "Did this help you?" He copies all of his picture, copies the whole PS line down, and then just puts it into his next blog post. And I'm sitting there freaking going, "Oh my God, I need the plug to get your signature down and stuff like that." And he goes, "Yeah, okay, watch this." It was amazing.
Yeah. Some of this stuff, this stuff is subtle, but it's really powerful. And I'm going to tell you, folks, and we're going to go look at one more blog post here in a moment. But I'm going to tell you, every one of you, I don't care where you are, every one of you has something you can sell in this PS line. Well, I'm going to take that back. There may be one or two people on here that don't yet, but you should. And if you're an MLSP, if you don't have your own product, then sell an MLSP product. Hey, you want to learn how to get more leads? have more tips and tricks on how to get more leads and sales in your business, click here and send them out to MLSP Mastery.
That's what I do.
Become a Ray Higdon affiliate. You can sell Ray Higdon's product right here. You can become an affiliate of Ray Higdon, and you can sell his product. You're not going to get 100% commissions on it. I don't know what you get, 35% commission, I'm not sure. But hey, it's something. So you know, some of these tricks about how to monetize your blog are pretty powerful. And while they're not going to make you rich overnight, they are going to make you money. So I'm going to take you out to one more. I'm going to have to stop and look up the name of the one more. Hang on. Give me a moment here, folks. Oh, okay. I'm going to take you out to one more. Mindset of a Millionaire. And I'm going to also suggest that you go find this blog post and read it. I'm waiting for it to load. Give it a second. So, Mindset of a Millionaire. Come on, little guy. You can do it. It's still loading. There it goes. And yeah, I'm going to come back to something you said, Larry. Look at this boat. Look at these guys. Love these guys. You got to love these guys. Look, click here to tweet. Click here to tweet. Everybody loves quotes, Ray says. Look at these quotes. Now, John Assaraf here, John Assaraf's quote. Now, Ray did this blog post for a specific reason. Kevin Harrington, who was one of the original Sharks, was a speaker at, and help me get this right, speaker at Top Earner Academy. If I say live the dream again, please correct me. Top Earner Academy last year, and Ray was trying to get up on the radar of some of the other Sharks. So, but look at this. Here's T. Harv Eker's Millionaire Mindset book. And guess what happens if I click it? Duh. It's an Amazon link. Takes you out to the book. Here, in case there's anybody who doesn't know, this is the PS line that takes you to Justice Egan's video firing his boss. So, like you said, if you look at this whole section, apart from the fact that this is a slightly different PS line there, this whole section is just copied and pasted from blog post to blog post to blog post. All you got to do is generate it once. You got the Dig plugin. You got the Facebook Likes plugin, so you can people can like your fan page. You got the Facebook comments down here. So these are some of the plugins we talked about before. And once again, no opt-in form. Sends you to a webinar. Now this one in fact does go directly to the sales page, and Ray did make a comment about that. He says they chose to just take that directly to the sales page of the event since it's their live event. But okay, that's pretty much. I'm going to close this and I'm going to stop the share. Okay. Let me look and see if there's anything else I want to share with you today. Well, what I'm going to end this with is two things. One is I'm going to redirect everybody too. As I said before, I don't want to turn this into a sales, Let's with Len into a sales. But again, if anyone's interested and wants to take a look for yourself, lenmooney.com /3-minute expert. So lenmooney.com /3-minute expert will take you out. If anyone decides to buy through me, I'm offering 3 hours, up to 3 hours of free coaching. I will work with you. I will help you. I will do anything I can. To be honest with you, Justice Egan is offering some pretty incredible extras, and I told Justice yesterday I don't want to compete with him. I'm not going to try to compete with him, and so if there's anybody on the fence post there and you still think you want to get the course, buy it from Justice. Let Justice know that I sent you there. He's my mentor. He's coaching me right now. And what I told him yesterday is, hey, look, if I send you some more people, maybe you can give me a little extra coaching. So I get something for it too. Once the card is closed, this card closes again tonight at midnight. Who knows if Ray will ever open it again at this price point. It's $297 today, or you can buy it for, there's either a 2 or a 3 payment option. I think it's a 3 payment option, so I think you can get in for about $120 today, 3 payments. So there's just awesome value in the course. I don't see anybody else asking to come across, and so unless there's any questions, comments, criticisms, suggestions, and I'm going to put this link up here, the redirect link for me, because I'm going to redirect you in a moment. If anybody wants to take a look through the course themselves, the redirect link just gives you the page for the course, and you can go down and look through all the modules and all the extras and everything for yourself, and make a final decision. You have till midnight tonight. Decide whether you're going to buy the course. You all know the drill. He may or may not open the card again next week. You never know. Depends. I think they've sold over 700 copies of the course right now, if you can believe that. I mean, this is $1 million launch. It's pretty incredible. You know where the name 3-Minute Expert comes from, Larry?
Well, yeah, because I mean, the main thing he's talking about is people doing 3-minute videos.
There you go.
And what they've learned, and like you said before, Len, once you learn something, you shoot a video on it. You know, and they say no more than 3 minutes. Some people do. Ray does over 3-minute videos, but you said once you do a 3-minute video, then people are gonna, you know, it keeps their attention. But you're teaching people something that they didn't know and you didn't know yesterday, and that's starting to position you as an expert.
That's it. I'm trying to look down through the chat and see if there's anything to respond to. And I don't see any direct questions. So, if there aren't any direct questions, I think we're all done. Are we all done?
I think so.
All right, everybody. Thank you for coming today. To be continued. I will continue. I'm assuming you got value. No one has left yet, so there must be value here. I'm going to continue to dig into this course and go through some of the more advanced modules, and I will bring you breaking news as I can and as I feel comfortable. Again, you know, while the card is open and Ray is still selling the course, I don't want to get in between the cart and the horse. Pardon the pun. And I have deep, deep, deep respect for Ray. So that's all. I'm gonna hit the redirect button, and anyone who wants to go take a look at the course, if you haven't gotten it, I recommend you try. I see a thanks, Len. Okay, Chris, you're welcome. Here we go, folks. I'm gonna redirect you, and once again, I can't give this a stronger recommendation. It's just a powerful, powerful course. So, bye, everybody. That's it.
That's it, buddy.
They're all gone.
Bye-bye.
All righty, Larry. All righty.
I'll be traveling Thursday, so I won't be on.
All right. We'll talk to you again. Take care.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Oh, Craig. Oh, we're still recording.